How to skin a catfish. You'll need a bucket of catfish, a tree, a hammer, a pair of pliers, and a nail. And a knife, which I have the Eastman's kit here, so I'm pretty good with my knives. I don't know where my fillet knife ran off to. Somewhere around here. So you're going to get a catfish, preferably a dead one, which these are all dead, it looks like. Sometimes they're still alive. When you grab a catfish, they got spines, so you just try to grab them where they can't spine you, which is nowhere pretty much for a catfish. Is it in the bag? And then you're going to take your catfish and you're going to cut. That's some meaty bits right there. You're going to cut at the base of the skull all of the skin. I should be using my skinning knife. So basically what you're going to want to see is that white. I can pause it. We're just going to cut all the way around and try not to puncture them. As you can see, the skin is starting to separate. This is my fillet knife. I normally just don't do that front part. Come back here, you. Alrighty then. The head's pretty tough because it's nothing but bone right there. And thankfully this one is dead because the other two weren't dead, and I had to nail them to a tree while they were still flopping. Now that you got that done, you're going to place them on your stump. Put the nail right between the eyeballs in the center of the skull. And hit it with a hammer. I'm going to go all the way through. I'm going to come over here. And it's the size right for you. You're going to nail them to the tree just so that you have enough nails sticking out so that when you pull them off, you can get that nail, but just enough in there so that the nail stays in there.
I can't see if it's filming or not. Where'd the damn fish at?
It's filming. You're right in the middle of it. My cameraman is blind. So once you got that, I don't know. I guess it's Friday the 13th is why this is going on. I'm gonna grab just the skin. You can see I cut it a little too deep, but that's okay. And just pull it back. Just like that. You want to skin them before you gut them, thus hence nailing them to the tree. If you got too many guts on your pliers, they're not going to pull either. That, I may not have cut it deep enough. There we go. You're just going to pull it down. Shouldn't require really very much effort. You can cut these fins off too. I'm not going to try that. Just like that. Sometimes it'll come all at once, and sometimes it'll take a little bit. This guy's doing. The guy who's holding the camera's better than me at skinning fish because he's been skinning fish longer than me. You want a good pair of pliers because if you get a crappy pair of pliers, they won't work. You just pull it all the way off the base of the tail. Just like that. And that would be nearly a perfectly skinned catfish. So now, you can either weasel them off the tree, or you can get the hammer. Take them back over to your log and pull that nail out. And then you're going to cut the head off. My fillet knife. Okay. Cut the head off all the way around. Catfish have a bony portion that comes to right about here, so you're going to have to break that. As you can see.
Can't tell the skin.
I know. I save this for last because all I have to do is make a hood out of it. That little skin here, you just pull it on up. You don't even need to cut it off. That's why I don't worry about the belly. And you get your knife, and you're going to cut all the way around. Be careful not to cut the guts, although it doesn't really matter. You see guts. I gotta be careful with these knives because if anybody owns any of the Eastern Outdoor knives, they know they're sharp. Now you're gonna take his head back. You'll break his neck. It should come right off. But you don't want to go through that bone with your knife. Then just shake his head off. You can feed this to your dog or you can throw it away. Either way. The coons will be happy when you go bury it out in the field, or the dog will be happy when you throw it at them. Although the dog's never unhappy when you throw food at them. And then you just cut them through this vent right here, which is their butt. Just cut them all the way up. Just like that. Remove. You can see it's an air sac right here. The last one we cut open had eggs, so this one's probably a male. I probably threw them in there to spawn. They shouldn't be spawning right about now. It doesn't matter if you get all the guts out because I'm about to fillet it. Just trying to get them out. I don't know what that is, but this is where the handy dandy pliers come in. Grab and yank on their air sac. And you got one beheaded, gutted fish. Normally I have a bucket to rinse them. Now when you fillet them, you're going to want to use your fillet knife. You're going to start at the base of the tail. You're going to make a cut. If you have a fairly sharp fillet knife, you know what will happen. I haven't filleted a fish in over 5 years, so probably won't be very good at this one. I wasn't good at the last one. Thank you. Meat I'm leaving. This is this back strap right here. Fishy back strap. So it just proves that you don't have to be very good at something. Make a video. This probably got ribs in it because now you can see there's no ribs there. So I got all these ribs right here. Just cut off. Just cut them off, right? Probably the best part of the catfish I just messed up. Yep, there's your little catfish fillet. You could probably do a better job than I do. Okay. I could probably get rid of that later on. You just put this in a sack. You can take it inside and wash it, soak it in a little bit of vinegar. It should come out fine. Get yourself a catfish nugget right here. As you can see. Put that in the bag. Yeah, that's fine. And then just flip them over and do the same thing. I really should learn how to do this on the tree. Okay, let's see if this one will turn out any better. Flip them over. This guy's a little dry, so I'm going to go dunk him in the bucket again. Take me off. Sunday to do this. You also start from up here and run along the spine. Once you get up here, you'll be able to figure out where the ribs are at. Be able to go around the ribs, just like that. That's what it should look like. That's the perfect fillet, and then you got nugget meat right here. I think breakfast just flew by. So you can get all this meat out of here. Got the bones. Cut this fin off. I'll cut my cameraman first. There you go. Now you got your fillet, nugget meat. You got this chunk you can cut off. There's more meat if you feel. The one I had earlier was pretty much perfect. See if I can find that one. Here's the one I did earlier. Basically what it should look like. And that is how you skin, gut, and cooking will come later. So basically skinning and gutting and filleting your catfish.